What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage here with my brother B Souls, and today we're talking about Dame trades with the boy Legend of Winning. Legend of Winning pre-recorded.
What up, YouTube? It's one and only Legend of Winning, aka Low. And in today's video, we got to talk about the whole Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons situation. I know for a fact that some people are probably tired of this, but I do believe that there's finally going to be some type of like traction that actually happens, mainly because a lot of the writings are on the wall right now. So for people who don't know what's going on, Damian Lillard, Portland Trailblazers, star point guard. There's been conversations ongoing for like the better part of the last like year and a half now that more than likely the inevitable is going to happen where he's going to have to just trade. You get traded to another team. And the reason why is because the Trailblazers are mid every single year. It's basically the exact same thing over and over again. They win roughly around like 45 to 50 games.
Look at all this mediocrity on our screen, bro. Just 50, 50, 40.
They had a good defense one time, got lucky throughout the entire bracket with injuries going their way, still failed. Apparently Dame's starting to become sick of it.
Starting, thank God, bro.
Yeah, timeout. Starting, everybody, starting. But the fact that, like, now we're hearing some frustration and some negativity for a change is like, oh, yeah, he actually getting fed up with the shit.
Bro, I mean, look, I think every player, whether they like it or not, they want to win a championship at some point. So if you just go into this situation where you have to carry every single year, not have any real championship aspirations every single year, there's going to be a part of you that will want out. Now, with Dame's situation, the Blazers organization has treated him very well. So I understand when he says, yo, I just want to stay here. Like, bro's a regular guy. Like, he has a family. If his family wants, stability, and he's in an organization that's paying him $40 million. Yeah, let me zoom in, bro. Let me zoom in. $40 million a year, bro. $40 million a year. Has treated him like, the best guy in the world. I don't blame him for saying, but I also don't blame him for having frustrations.
Melo was killed for not going to Chicago at my high school. When that whole Knicks thing happened, I was the one dude at the table, sure enough, was like, I'm not counting his pockets. Just not doing it. I'm not counting his pockets on what he could potentially do in New York. So proud of Dame. Get your bag, bro, but you ain't going to get no ring over there with you and CJ.
They go in the playoffs, and then they get bounced out in the first round. Last year was probably the worst it's ever been, not because Dame played poorly, but actually because Dame played historically great, and they still lost in the first round. Amazing. So then you have to ask yourself, well, what the fuck is going on? Now, after, they lost in the first round, there were some conversations, and then over in Philadelphia, similar things happen. Every single year, it's the exact same thing. Philly goes out there, gets about 45, 50 wins. They go into the playoffs, and they underperform. And the biggest underperformer out there is, drumroll please, Ben Simmons. Every year, this man just fails. He refuses to shoot a basketball, and it's ridiculous. So now here we are, and it just seems like the two forces are colliding. However, out in Portland, they keep trying to hold on to this concept of like, nah, Dame is staying. Dame, he's going to stay. We got to keep him. And on one hand, I thoroughly understand it. I get it. Like, you want to keep a top 10 player in the NBA. But on the other hand, it's like, bro, y'all not doing anything. Every single time like this breaks out that, oh man, Dame might get traded, Dame goes on this whole like this cryptic message of like, oh, I didn't say that. And then you figure out what he said, and he'll say something along the lines of like, I didn't say I want to be traded. All I said was, yo, I think we should start building a championship caliber team to really compete.
No shit, Dame. What the f?
That's Dame. And then he'll drop a diss to the people on Twitter. He'll diss the media and be like, you always want to start a narrative. You said it, bro. You did. You said that you want a winning team. They added Nurk. They added Hassan. You said you want to win a championship. They signed Aminu or something. like, you've been doing this for a brick, my boy. I ain't gonna cap.
They stay sleeping on me, man. Oh, my God. Ugh. If I was on a championship team, oh, God. Dang. Curry or Dame, like.
This is gonna sound f***ed up, but did the they sleep on Dame movement start when Curry got hurt?
I think it was around like 2017 when Curry was up here, Russ is up here, John Wall, Chris Paul,
you're right,
Isaiah Thomas, and then here was Dame doing this thing, and it was just everyone's getting MVP votes, actual MVP. Curry being the best point guard in the league, Chris Paul, how talented he is. And then here goes Dame, where he's really good, but he's not like, separating himself from the crowd, at least statistically and narrative-wise. That's where it started, bro.
Yeah, I stand corrected. That is definitely when it started. The Dame was better than Curry. It was when Curry was hurt. Them takes was crazy. Kenny Smith, something. I don't know if you shooting like that, Steph. We gotta see if you can still do that, man. You know.
I guess, Dame. I guess if you want to frame it like that, you're going to get traded if they don't build a championship caliber roster. But the reality is, Portland is not going to build a championship roster. That's like if a girl told me, like, nah, I ain't say I don't like you. All I said was, I like skinny dudes who can grow full beards and don't wear glasses. And it's like, I guess yeah. I could lose weight. I guess I can take off my glasses. And I don't think I can grow a beard. I actually do not believe I can grow a beard. That's tough. I guess there are certain things that I could do that could fit the parameters around me and you dating. But the reality is, that's not me. And the same thing.
Hey, this is the playback side of Lil coming. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, nah.
He trying to intermingle the basketball and playback right now.
I'm with it, bro. I'm with it, man. Look, Low definitely takes himself seriously, but sometimes y'all take this shit way too. Just relax, bro. It's a sport. Have fun, bro. Damn, y'all be too serious with this shit, bro. I'm glad my man Low's having fun.
Thing about Portland, the reality is that's not them. They are not a championship caliber team. Portland somehow is going to shit, which is crazy to me because before the season began, and even at the beginning of the season, any team that wanted to trade for Ben Simmons had all the leverage in the world. Ben Simmons not playing. He had a horrible postseason. He's sitting there claiming mental issues, even though many people believe that it's cap, which, you know, I'm one of those people. Portland is losing leverage in the Ben Simmons.
Hey, Sage, you think it's cap? We talked about it on the pod. You think it's cap?
We here at the B-Souls channel don't stand for can't even do it. Bro, I hope not. I don't want it to be. I don't want to just say he is, because then that's like, Sage, you're a dick.
I don't want to that's what I'm saying. I don't want to psychoanalyze, bro. I've never met the dude to say that his mental health issues are just cap. I mean, there's an argument. Motherfuckers have made good arguments, but I don't want to touch that, bro. Imagine high school. These are people that you know, relatively know. Someone comes out, yo, I'm depressed, and you're out here saying, nah, that's cat. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Like the nigga gets bitches, the nigga's passing his classes, goes out to eat every lunch period and all that shit. You're like, no, you're fine, bro. Shut the fuck up.
That's tough.
That's
tough. I disagree. I think I just don't want to psychoanalyze. It could be cap, but I'm not gonna say definitively that it is.
Put it this way, I'm not gonna say I disagree. I ain't gonna lie. Let's not get it twisted now, everybody. I'm not saying I disagree. I just hope it ain't cap, bro.
How is it that we're talking about going from potentially trading CJ McCollum to now possibly using Dame, because that's how bad Portland has been at the beginning of the season? They fired a general manager, which is another reason why I actually do believe they're going to trade Dame. Normally when a team goes in a drastic different direction is when they decide to make a massive change in the front office. So switching general managers in the middle of the season actually does make me believe, a huge reason why I believe that they will inevitably trade Damian Lillard, regardless of what they say. I do believe they're going to trade him. One of the worst, if not the worst defensive team in the NBA. Their offensive rating is starting to slip because so many injuries are happening on their roster at the same time. Simmons, McCollum, and Dame himself are all out. They're in the middle of a losing streak, and it doesn't really seem to be any answers. CJ McCollum is dealing with a collapsed lung, so that right there makes it even harder. Man, I hate talking about NBA players like they're like commodities can meet, but I guess I have to. So yeah, see,
I know I have the toxic thing going on, but that's like one of the two, maybe three things. Like, nah, that might even be my number one in sports, man. They're humans, bro. When Katie got hurt in 2019,
motherfuckers were cheering in the stadium.
No, they were. The thing about the stadium thing is, hot take or not, I give them a little bit of leeway because they're competing. So in the moment, they're like, oh yeah, a guy that endangers us from winning the game is gone. Let's go. Wait, what the fuck? That grown ass man just like he can't walk no more type shit. I'm talking about the people the next day that came to school. Yeah, that nigga a bitch. Karma. Yeah, he got back for going to Golden State. Bruh, shut the fuck up, you weird bitch.
Yeah, this is what you get for leaving Russ. Yeah, ratio.
CJ McCollum is dealing with a collapsed lung, which makes it even harder now for Portland to have leverage because now every team knows that obviously, hey, y'all are not about to try to restructure around CJ McCollum and whoever else y'all build. And B, we don't want CJ McCollum because of the situation he's dealing with right now. So Portland is literally losing leverage by the day. You go.
Yo, what the fuck is that?
Yo, why did you?
What the fuck?
I was thinking, I was like, why? I mean, it got my attention, so maybe
Not thinking hard enough, Sage. Ain't gonna lie.
we're stupid, bro. It's like he got it. He keeps taking the wins, bro. Fuck it.
And making some fucking hit piece, which is crazy to me. Woj dropped what I believe to be a hit piece on Damian Lillard, talking about, oh, if Dame stays, he's gonna want a 2-year extension for north of $100 million. And I'm like, no fucking shit. Of course he, like, so many people try to drag NBA players down for trying to make money, but it's like, bro, if I want to stay on Portland, I'm gonna get bread. You telling me I gotta take a pay cut and lose at the same time? Nigga, are you crazy? Eventually, Portland's gonna come to the conclusion of, like, even though Dame is worth the money that we're going to give him, we're not going to be able to maximize him being on a roster because we're running out of pieces to move. We're running out of moves to make.
Don't want to get rid
and
of
so
CJ
now
for
that
some reason.
CJ essentially is probably untradeable for the foreseeable future, we're running out of options and we don't really have anything. Which now brings us over to Philly, because if CJ McCollum more than likely will not be traded in the near future, and Philly is now allegedly claiming that, you know, they're in serious trade conversations with Ben Simmons and is gaining momentum with a couple of other players in the last couple of days. And more importantly, more teams are engaged, more 2- and 3-way deals are structured, talks ongoing about Sixers landing a top 25 player in the NBA. I don't know whose top 25 list this is, but a top 25 player in the NBA from Philly for Simmons. Then you have Mark Stein saying this: the Philadelphia 76ers are searching for a return package headlined by a player from the Damian Lillard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tier in a Ben Simmons trade.
Are they saying Damon same tier?
Yeah, I must be missing something. Fuck that.
Might be Dame right now.
Fuck that. Both of those guys are arguably better than Ben. So, you know what? Never mind. you know what? I don't even want the smoke. That's sad. That's just sad that this is. Y'all think y'all can do this shit?
The leverage battle in Philly is just, it's fucking crazy.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I don't think I've ever seen anything this bad. Not gonna lie.
Nah, I genuinely, and I know people let her do the all-time shit. No, genuinely, this is one of the worst I've ever seen. It's like Ben thought he had leverage when I've been telling people he don't, and guess what the fuck what, he really don't. But then because Philly has the leverage over Ben, they don't really have any leverage over the NBA, because if they see how Philly gonna do Ben while he's on the team, they're like, oh shit, why would we pay for that, nigga? You treating him like this. It's a shit show over there. It's a shit show.
But it actually just makes more sense as time continues to progress. If Portland continues to lose all the leverage that they would have in any trade conversation, I do believe that it is inevitable that they're more than likely going to trade Ben Simmons for they're gonna trade Ben Simmons for Damian Lillard. I believe that to be true. And then even when it comes to CJ McCollum, there's conversations about how he could be traded as well for a Tobias Harris caliber player, which I believe is more realistic than trying to trade someone like Ben Simmons for CJ McCollum. Not because I don't think that they're like on drastically different levels, but just because CJ McCollum is an older player. I think he's slightly overpaid as well. And on top of that, I believe that there's a lot of teams that don't necessarily need his services, because I do believe there's a lot of teams out there who have plenty of guard play on their roster, and the only way that they would go out there and get more guard play is if they can get a player of the caliber of a Damian Lillard. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to justify paying CJ McCollum that much so if I'm only going to get slightly better, if that.
That's why Dennis Schroeder ain't get shit, and we made fun of him for it, because it was quite literally only Boston, and Boston was only willing to pay that man under $6 million. It wasn't just the fact he passed up the bag in LA. It's the fact he didn't comprehend where is he really gonna go. You think of your top 50, 30 of them probably guards. So it's not. I 100% agree it's not.
Moves on to suggest a trade that could be the most likely as far as fair value with McCollum heading into the Philadelphia 76ers for Tobias Harris, which again, that actually makes the most sense. CJ McCollum is not a player that warrants, a Ben Simmons in return trade package. It just doesn't make any sense. He's not that good of a player. So all in all, what exactly does this mean for both parties? Well, I truly believe, looking at the situation out in Portland, they're a losing team at this point. They're dealing with a lot of injuries as well, so I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. They have a structure where even if everyone is healthy, it's a very clear ceiling. It's not a coaching problem. It's not even, I don't even think it's a player problem. I think that those players got on the team because of the general manager that made the decision to build this team as a poorly defensive unit. And because of that, they have a very, very clear ceiling. And on top of that, I think the organization, because of the transition that they're making in the front office, Neil O'Shea is no longer there. And also, I think the organization will inevitably come to the conclusion of like this idea of paying Damian Lillard that much money, even if it's justifiable, it just doesn't make any sense because they will not maximize that opportunity that they have in their hands. So why tie up that much money just so you can say you have Dame on a roster? It just doesn't make any sense.
I think the only way it makes sense is there are a lot of people that believe that certain franchises don't really care about maximizing their championship potential. Like some franchises, because of the market they're in, they're just fine with making the playoffs every single year, getting in that money from the playoffs, and just being considered a good team year in and year out compared to such really high highs and really low lows and how long those lows could be. I think the Portland Trailblazers have been one of those franchises that people talk about as being one of those franchises of, yo, let's just be a playoff team every year. So if that's really the direction they want to go, is just, perpetual mediocrity. Let me get my vocab in for the day. That's their decision. But I hope Dame just, I just want to see Dame win, bro. That's it.
Yeah, Dame without a ring is kind of nasty.
I literally said it earlier in this video. I get it if you want to stay, but I want you to win, bro. Because you're going to be making 40 mil somewhere else, 30 mil somewhere else. And, you're going to get the credit that you've been wanting for, so you don't have to talk about me, DeMar, and who else. Remember he was doing that freestyle? It's like, yeah, me, DeMar, and whoever. Me, DeMar, and Giannis?
Yeah, well, I still don't know why he brought up DeMar. I'm not going to hold you, but that's a different subject for a different day. Shout out the Pacers, though. They're actually saying, fuck this shit. I'm proud of them. I hate when teams stay mediocre. I'm proud of the Pacers. Took you a little, 2 extra years, probably 3, maybe 4, perhaps 5. But you're doing it now, and that's all that matters. Good shit, Pacers.
I think inevitably Portland's just going to come to the conclusion where it just makes the most sense to trade Dame and CJ and just hit the restart button. They have some really good, talented young players out there, and I think it would make the most sense for them to hit the restart button, especially if they're going to receive someone like Ben Simmons in a transaction. And in terms of Philly, I guess they actually played a perfect hand because it does seem like as time continues to progress, even another team like the New York Knicks, there's other teams that have they've lost leverage because how slow of a start they've had to the beginning of the season. And in this situation, you could be a team like Philly who could take advantage of that and say, hey, we'll give you Simmons. Remember, we called you. I called you 2 weeks ago about Simmons. You look like I said CJ, but now I'm looking for that Damian Lillard package. And they really have no other choice but to probably take it. And I think it'll be wonders for both players as well. Ben Simmons gets a refresh in a new organization. And I do believe a lot of the roster is already catering to what Simmons provides anyway. So I think it's a really good fit. And on the flip side, Damian Lillard gets to go play for another organization that is competing for a championship. And once Dame gets 100% healthy and starts playing back to that top 10 level, he's going to be on a roster with another top 10 player, and they have a very legitimate shot at being a legit threat in the Eastern Conference.
Yo, Sage, Damon Embiid, man. Damon Embiid, talk to me. On the same team.
No cap, probably a month ago, I would have said, bro, this is fictional, not going to happen. Tyrese Maxey is making that trade possible, if you ask me. Because with his elevated play, along with the fact that you at least know you're getting a young defensive stud that can make very well with Ben Simmons, that's a lot better, especially if you could throw in like a Thobel or something, but that's extra shit. That's a lot better than what it initially seemed of you're trying to raise Simmons' stock of being a young talent so high that a Damian Lillard for 3 to 4 years with a very prime Joel Embiid is just fair. That I couldn't comprehend. Like, as much I get Dame is older, but Dame has at least 4 seasons, God forbid injury. I couldn't grasp at that. But now with Tyrese Maxey's level of play, it's possible, man. If they team up, shit. Shit.
They have to make at least one finals appearance, bro. At least one.
Giannis would be the better player on the court. Kevin would be the better player on the court, but there's no way you don't get past either one of them once. That's all I'm saying.
And if you don't, ain't gonna lie, you are not slept on. You ain't slept on. If Dame doesn't make the finals with Joel Embiid, and if Joel doesn't make the finals with Dame, bro, barring injuries, nah, bro.
Oh, that'd be bad. Oh my God, I'm imagining it really. It'd be bad.
Everyone would literally say he should have stayed in Portland. If that happened.
From Joel's standpoint, he already done lost the Jokic thing. That thing is done. By the way, any of you guys saying Joel over Jokic at this point is crazy. He like gone absolute GG. So he don't have the best big in the world thing no more. Then he's injury prone. If he loses with Dame,
AD better.
Sure, if AD isn't over. Shout out my dog Lodo. That's my brother for real. Watch this video if you want to watch Stephen A say something else that was pretty stupid, but yet energetic. He's really good at that. And you guys have a good day. Take care and stay blessed.